hell, Cinnamon? Cinnamon, I'm sorry.
謝らないでください。歌唱さんは悪くないんですよ。歌唱さんは泣いていいんです。
I see. So this is sad. My lack of skill is sad. The disappointment of my hard work going unrewarded is sad.
私だって泣けてくるわよ。
Maple.
もっと自分には何かできるって思ってた。私は歌手に気持ちを救ってもらったから。だから今度は自分の番だと思って。
So she really has been thinking like that.
それなのに結局何もできなくて。自分が情けなくて泣けてくるわよ。
I get your point, but
泣いてだって美味しいケーキは作れないもの。
that's a sound argument. That's why it's making my ears recoil or my heart ache.
今の歌唱に必要なのは心の余裕じゃないかしら。
Oh, I know where this is going. Huh?
いつもの歌唱なら私の励ましの言葉に笑いながらありがとう。ああ、そうですね。いつもの歌唱さんなら。
That may be true, but right now,
だからあんたには心の余裕がなくなっていると。
I do agree, but this isn't the sort of thing that you can just control on your own. Composure doesn't work like that.
何かストレス発散できることはないでしょうか。息抜きみたいな。
Well, I have two of the cat companions here in front of me.
温泉旅行はちょっと前に行ったわね。
I don't have the time for that. Christmas is just a month
そう
away.
ですよね。何かないかしら。息抜き短時間でできるような。
Again, two cat girls in front of me.
歌うとかいいわね。音楽は癒されるわ。
Yeah, but I'm not like you guys. I can't sing well enough to have it act as a stress
そう
reliever.
ですか。じゃあ美味しいものを食べるとか。余計に悩んじゃいそうよね。もう寝たら。それですよ。心が弱っている時は寝るのが一番じゃないでしょうか。
No. Even if I lay down, I would have problems getting to sleep. I realize that I'm exhausted, but my tension is still high after all.
お風呂にゆっくり浸かるとリラックスできますよ。まあ、歌唱だってバカじゃないんだから、いろいろ自分で試してるわよね。私たちは歌唱一人じゃ試せないことを考えるべきじゃないかしら。なるほど。私たちにしかできないことがきっとあるよね。あ、マッサージなんていいんじゃない？あ、いいね。
Massage, huh? Well, they do say that mind and body are connected.
体がほぐされたらきっと心もほぐれてぐっすり寝られますよ。
That's a possibility. Yeah, it is. More ways than one.
めっちゃんが歌唱さんにマッサージ。ベッドの上でぐんずほぐれつ。マッサージ。ダメ。そんなとこまで揉み
Really, cinnamon going in the heat? Really?
は
That's the kind of massage you're after? It's kind of late, so I'll drop you guys
大
off.
丈夫よ。まだ電車もあるし。歌唱さんの方が心配ですから。
I see. Well, take care.
ありがとう。歌唱、今夜はゆっくり休んでね。
Oh my gosh.
おやすみなさいませ、歌唱さん。私たちがあそこまでサービスしてあげたんだから、ぐっすり寝ないと承知しないわよ。
That's so. They did have sex, of course. Uh, right. Thanks. You're right. I do feel like I'll be able to get a good night's sleep. Now my now that my mind is clear, I've got all my ideas in order. I have been racking my brain over this, but I've made up my mind. And it's all thanks to you two, Maple, Cinnamon.
何を決心
I think that keeping up this trial and error testing on my own isn't the way to go.
じゃあ私たちも考えますので。それはもっとダメだったでしょ。
Yeah, not that I don't appreciate the sentiment though.
私たちは歌唱ほど努力してきてないんだから、ケーキ作りで役に立たないのはしょうがないのよ。
Yeah, you two have done more than enough to help anyway. In fact, because of you two being here for me, I'm able to make my decision.
何をでしょうか。
Oh no, I know what's about to happen. I want to let you run the shop.
どういうこと？歌唱さんいなくなっちゃうんですか？
Yeah, for a week. No, 3 days at best. Will you let me have that much time?
山ごもりでもするつもりなの？
More like France.
修行？修行ですか？滝に打たれてひらめくやつですね。
No, the only thing would come up with if I sat under the waterfall in the middle of the winter is a cold.
まあそうよね。寒そうですね。
Plus, I don't think isolating myself in the mountains would help me bake any good cakes. No, I mean I plan on taking a trip to France.
そういうことね。フランス？
I want to ask my mentor to teach me again.
なるほどです。
For the past few days, I've been struggling and struggling, and I've tried everything in the kitchen sink. But in the end, I was never able to figure out what my dad told me. That in itself may be what he meant by me lacking a core to my cooking. But I know one thing, I don't see any change happening at this pace. Of course, I have no idea if my mentor will just readily accept the idea. After all, before I came back to Japan, she told me that she already taught me everything.
歌唱はその師匠の味を理想としてるけど、もしかしたらその味を歌唱のお父様は認めてくれない可能性ってないかしら。
She raises a good point. If my father doesn't recognize the flavor I'm idolizing, then we'll never see the eye to eye. No, the whipped cream my dad made before was really close to my mentor's flavor. Dad isn't the type to make something like that and then contradict himself. At the very least, he would never serve anything that he didn't think was the best possible flavor he could make at the moment. Knowing that, there's no way I could just go and present him something that's half-assed in execution.
確かに生真面目な方だもんね。近い味ですか。
Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. Even if my mentor ends up not teaching me anything, even just a tiny taste of her flavors one more time might.
いいんじゃない？いつだって原点を見つめ直すことは必要よ。少なくとも一人で閉じこもってブツブツ言って心を病んでしまうよりずっといいわ。私も賛成ですよ、歌唱さん。ところで、本当に一人で行くの？
There's a lot of paperwork needed for cat girls to leave the country. I heard it takes a minimum of a week in order to get approval after submitting a request. And you can't book a flight unless they're giving you permission.
いろいろ大変ですね。フランス行ってみたかったんですけど。仕方ないわね。店番も必要だし、何より歌唱だって遊びに行くわけじゃないわ。
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't want the shop to close up in the meantime. It was closed the entire time during that hot spring trip and all. If we keep temporarily closing the shop, then it'll bound to dissuade customers from coming.
そりゃそうよね。お店に行ってみてお休みだとがっかりしちゃいますからね。いいわ。歌唱がいない間は、私が責任を持ってお店を回してあげる。わあ、めいちゃん頼もしい。まあ、ケーキを作るのはあずきに任せるけど。
I'll make sure everything is ordered then. Depends on the type of job, but knowing Ozaki and Vanilla, I'm confident I can trust task with them to a certain
歌唱
extent.
がいないとメニューは半分以下になるし、他のお客さんのクリスマスケーキの準備もあるわ。ちゃんと3日間で帰ってきてよね。
Yeah, I promise. 3 days, huh? If you factor in time of transfer, I can only be in France for a little under 2 days. I'll get a grasp on what I need and come back. If I can't do that, then I. Uh-oh. Whew. The air is different. France in winter, Paris is much colder than average. On average than Japan. Today is a rare sunny day, but the sky is usually populated by thick clouds around this time of year. Last night, I got everything ready for my trip after work and left Japan on the same day. I landed in Charles de Gaulle Airport in the morning. I took a bus ride and reached Paris around sunrise. Took a nap on the plane, but my body still feels heavy. Jet lag. Now then, what to do first? I got in contact with my mentor before coming to France. She listened and granted my request. I can be under her tutelage once more. I need to take care of this feeling of being lost. It's way too early to be visiting mentor right now, though. Work at a pastry starts way before the establishment opens, but pre-opening is usually the busiest part of the day. No matter what plans we have or how friendly we are, visiting this early would just cause issues. Not the sort of thing a person asking for tutelage should do. I need to wait until it's time to open shop. Well, I'm already here in France. Might as well have a croissant or crepe for old time's sake. I passed by a pair of girls, one with black hair, the other white. Huh? Oh no. Chocolate and vanilla? When I turn around, I see the girls share the same height, but looking from the back, they're a completely different pair. Yeah, of course not. Cat girls can't easily travel overseas. I got them staying behind this time around, holding down the fort. But I remember what happened before I headed out.
嫌です。一緒に行きたいです。ご主人様。そうはいかねえんだから。しょうがねえだろ、ショコラ。ショコラ、歌唱を困らせないの。
Sorry, I'm counting on you to look after things.
ご主人、私は待ってる。お土産、高級品じゃなくても大丈夫。
Sure, I'll shoot for something else then. Even though I don't have a free time to go taking in the sights.
たった3日間だろ。早く行って、早く帰ってこいよな。 4日目は週末だかんな。歌唱がいねえと店がどうなっても死んねえからな。
Yeah, count on me
ハ
being
リ
here.
ゼンヌに浮気なんかしちゃダメだからね。
I wouldn't do anything like
6
that.
匹の恋猫がいる人がいてもね。
As to point out that he has 6 companions, really? I mean,
歌唱さんを困らせちゃダメですよ、めいちゃん。
let's say, especially since you two were the last two to be added. It was Chocolate Vanilla, then it was Coconut Azuki. If I remember correctly, Maple, yeah, you were the last one.
歌唱さんのケーキがもっと美味しくなるなんて私は楽しみです。
Going to aim to
お兄
please.
ちゃん頑張って、僕ずっと応援してるから。
Yeah, I appreciate that.
ご主人様。
I'm going now, Chocola.
はい、ショコラは待ってますから。
Hi, Evan. And of course, my cat wants some attention. Sadly, I know what one of my points would if I ever get points on the channels. I have to pet the cat. Pet the Neko. Now I know you're going to sleep. Because you're laying in your sleep spot there on your tower.
いってらっしゃいませ、ご主人様。
Yeah, I definitely need to come home with results. That was just Sugar Ray. I thought I saw something for a second. Maybe you guys are playing tricks. Hey, I haven't been in France for even half a day yet, and I'm already homesick. No. I knew my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. I sling my overnight bag back over my shoulder and chase after that person. Really, Sugar Ray? Sugar Ray? Wait, or is this someone who looks like her? Sugar Ray wears kimonos, not dresses. Must be someone different. Yeah, as if. Not even I would mistake someone else for my little sister. What are you doing here, Sugar Ray?
見つかってしまいましたか、兄様。現地の人たちに完璧に溶け込んだつもりだったのですが。
Well, even in Paris, you don't really see people running around in such an aristocratic looking dress. Paris is full of stone paved roads and you're often climbing stairs, so wearing high heels is risky. Even the majority of the ladies wear sneakers or leather shoes. Also, most girls wear slim jeans, so girls in skirts are rare. Their clothes are usually black or white. Mostly anyone wearing beige or patterned outerwear is a tourist.
残念です。完璧だと思ったのですが。
Oh, well, your outfit looks nice on you, so it's fine, right?
似合ってる？似合ってますか、兄様。
Yeah, you're always in kimono, so I guess you could say it's a breath of fresh air.
パリまで来て大正解です。私の人生に一片の悔いもありません。たとえ地中海の木図となろうとも。
You're exaggerating way too much. Actually, what are you doing here
それ
anyway?
はもちろん兄様への愛ゆえに。
I have to figure things out in a few days. I have. You understand that,
は
right?
い、もちろんです。私はそのお手伝いをするためにやってまいりました。決してお邪魔はいたしません。
The fact that we're talking right now is already so far removed from my initial plans, though. Then again, maybe the reason I'm feeling this way is because my mental composure is wearing thin. Sugar felt worried enough about me to come all the way to France, even though she has her own life to lead. Nevertheless, I'm not even mature enough to be forthright and give her my thanks. I won't turn you away, but this isn't a pleasure trip. Don't think I'll be able to do anything for you here. You're fine in spite of that.
ところです。私は兄様に目的に集中してほしいのです。ですから雑務はすべてお任せください。
I
と
see.
ころで兄様、もう師匠様のお店へ向かわれるのですか？
No, it's still too early. I'm thinking of grabbing breakfast at a bakery.
はクロワッサンですよね。
A croissant is just a roll of bread. Yep, the chef really has the best croissants around.
なんて香りの豊かなクロワッサンでしょうか。この甘さはバターですか？
It's a butter croissant. Quality butter is sweet. It's got a flavor that's different from
さ
sugar.
すが兄様です。こんな素敵な朝食をいただけるなんて。
Ha ha ha. This is a bakery that anyone who lived here long enough would know. So famous that it's even in guidebooks. If you still got room, let's hit up this great crepe place next. They're not quite like Japanese
は
crepes.
い、ぜひ。
We're about to leave. So we're about to leave the shop. The employee starts a conversation in
可愛
French.
らしい奥さんですね。新婚旅行ですか？
oh no. My current situation is too weird and complicated to explain all the
新
details.
婚旅行？兄様の奥さん？この私が？だ、ダメ。鼻血が出そう。
Wait a second, sure. You understand French?
もちろんです。言葉もわからずに兄様をお手伝いできるはずがありませんから。こんなこともあろうかと全力で勉強しておきました。
You figured this might happen? Guess I can't say it's an unlikely scenario, huh? France is where I got my start in Western streets, and my mentor runs a Western confectionery shop in Paris. It's actually more unusual to think that I would never travel to France ever again.
それに、留学していた頃は兄様がずっと戻ってこない可能性もありましたから。
Ah, I see now. By going down the path of a Western sweets maker, my relationship with my dad soured. Even when my study abroad was over, there was still a big possibility that I would stay in Paris. Well, by that time, I made up my mind to open my shop in
何
Paris,
か
or
理由があ
Japan.
るのでしょうか。
Well, I didn't want people to think I ran away from Dad. I have my pride. Also, my mentor told me to. She said I should talk it out with my dad and return to
師
Japan.
匠様が。
Nowadays, I think it was really important in bringing my mentor's distinct flavors over to the town I was born and raised in. I feel like it was all worth doing. I'm happy that I've made my customers
は
happy.
い、
Now then, it's about time we get going. Got room for crepes?
もちろんです。兄様。あー、ん、
Be careful, Sheree. Paris is a dangerous city.
はい。
You don't keep up your guard, you'll end up gaining weight before you know it. There's a whole lot of tasty things to be had here. Good thing you don't have maple with you.
Nekopara.
And it's 12 hours between Japan and East Coast in the United States. Uh, Nearly lunchtime, after waiting for normal business hours, I find myself in front of the shop. I know that I made plans, but I'm still getting nervous.
素敵です。ここが本家ラスソレイユなのですね。兄様。
Yep, sure
兄
is.
様から何度か話だけは伺っていましたが、とうとう訪れることができました。私にとっては聖地、まさに聖地巡礼の気分です。
Does it? Where I stay aboard is close to here, so it's got a lot of nostalgia for me, kind of like I'm back for the first time in a
兄
while.
様の留学先、この近くなのですね。
Yeah, a few minutes down this street, in
と
fact.
すると、本家ラスソレイユのお客さんは学生さんが多いのですか？
I have their fair share of students, but I'd say housewives are the biggest group of customers. A lot of mothers come with their kids, too. There are a bunch of people who think that eating cakes is reserved for special days in Japan. But here in France, it's extremely common to eat cake at dinner time. Breakfast. Even when it comes to normal families, dinner usually goes salad, soup, bread, seafood, meat, cheese, dessert. Yeah, desserts are always cakes. How many dishes they produce depends on the family, though.
毎日がフランス料理ですね。
So yeah, it's not that rare to see most people eating a cake almost every day.
ふむふむ。なるほど。
I wish we actually had a place that actually served actual French food. Then I could try it.
なんだか不思議な感じがします。ご家庭でコース料理だなんて。
Well, I mean, for general home cooking in Japan, from other countries, it looks like a Japanese version of a full course meal. Tea, white rice, miso soup, entrees, meat, and fish. There's not much difference between the amount of dishes they use. No, there isn't, because even here in the States, it's usually goes salad, wine, for since we're talking dinner, wine or beer. Um, then it's your entree with your sides, which is potatoes, corn, green beans, which are usually your common ones. A vegetable, maybe broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, asparagus, and then of course your dessert, which is usually ice cream or cake.
言われてみれば、
Those are the
見えて
facts.
しまうと普通のことでも、異文化の方には驚かれる場合があるのですね。
Yeah, it goes both ways. Alright, I think that's enough chit chat for now. I checked time once more. The shop should be open around now. I don't see the sandwich board, the one she used to put out when I was around, in front of the shop yet, though.
兄様、いざ参りましょう。
Alright.
あら、ちょっと待ってください。兄様、
Shuei stops me from going in. What's the
お
matter?
店から誰か出てきますよ。
Oh? Could it be Mentor? Nope! It's the cat girl. Newest one. However, the person who comes out is a small framed girl. She's wearing an adorable pinafore dress. If it's my mentor, then her taste in clothes has changed, taking a shocking turn. But I know that's not the case here. Did she hire someone because I went back to Japan? She was short-staffed even back then. After all, compared to the Japanese society, there's little seen inside. Fair, that's how she be. That's how she was able to manage it. That though was a lot for my mentor to do on her own,
ま
though.
ずは彼女に話しかけてみた方が良さそうですね。
Yeah, true. I approached the original Lasoy. Good afternoon.
ごめんなさい。まだ開店前です。
Huh? Those ears, that demeanor. Could this girl be? Yep.
キャー、なんて可愛らしい猫でしょう。なんて澄んだ瞳、そして艶やかな毛並み。耳の形なんて完璧の完璧です。ふっさふっさの尻尾も素敵です。この形、この色。
Yep, a Persian.
ですね。
Chinchilla Persian.
はい。初めて見ました。こんなに可愛らしい猫だったなんて。ありがとうございます。あなたも素敵です。そんな綺麗な黒髪。
Fancy.
初めて見ました。
I see her name tag.
兄様、聞きましたか？
Yep, she's a wonderful, well-trained cat girl.
そんなことを。こんな子がうちに来てくれたらどれだけ素敵でしょうか。
No. Sugar, dial it back a bit, okay? Sorry for startling you like that. I'm Kasho Minaduki.
私としたことが兄様のお役に立つために来たはずなのに、つい。失礼いたしました。私、水無月しぐれと申します。私は
Say,
フレー
Francais.
ズと言います。
Francais, wait a second. Just before I ended my study aboard, my mentor was taking care of a cat girl kitten that could barely walk. She said that a friend asked her, and it's only be for a short while, but from the looks of things, my guess is that mentor ended up adopting her. Boy, you sure grew up. I almost didn't recognize you now that you're working in the shop like this.
まさか
Something up?
違いない。でも、いえ、ごめんなさい。歌唱さんとしぐれさんですね。
Yeah, I'm here to ask for mentor
師
services.
匠？
Oh, that's not a person's name. The word mentor and or mater in French probably isn't a word that a cat girl who works in a pasture is familiar with. I'm always saying mentor this and my mentor that, so it slipped my mind. I say my mentor's actual name. I've come to see Begnet, son.
パティシエールですね。わかりました。
Female pastry chef is called pastier in French, and the pastier of the establishment is my
お待ち
mentor.
ください。今呼んで。
A silhouette steps from the back. There's the mentor.
おやおや、騒がしいと思ったら、まるで子猫が増えたみたいね。
この方がパティシエール歌唱さんが。
ええ、大丈夫よ。話は聞いているわ。フレーズは小さかったから覚えていないかしら。
そうですね。
よく来たわね、歌唱。元気な顔を見せてくれただけで嬉しいわ。土産話があれば
God
もっ
damn
と
it.
嬉しいけれど。
There's the damn gif. Mentor. For whatever reason, to this days I spent as of late come flowing back all at once. At the same time, my memories from my time spent learning from my mentor flash in my mind. There's so much going on in my head that I'm left speechless. At the same time, I feel a damp warmth at the corner of my eyes. I'm an idiot. I'm not some lost child who's just found his mom. I tense my abdomen and force my emotions down. I'm sorry for my long absence. I'm extremely appreciative that you can spare your precious time in spite of my abrupt
相
request.
変わらず歌唱は聞いたこともないような堅苦しい言葉を使うわね。変わっていないようで何よりだわ。
Master gently hugs my shoulders as if welcoming back from a long trip.
私が教えられることは本当にもうないのだけれど、せっかく来てくれたのだから何か食べていくといいわ。
Thank you very much. I need to find some sort of clue on my own merits. At least that is the plan. Mentor said that she taught me everything. Still, I'm missing something. In that case, I need learning that goes beyond simple teaching.
ところで、こちらのお嬢さんはお人形かと思ってしまったわ。
私、水月しぐれと申します。約束もないのについてきてしまって、もちろんご迷惑はおかけしませんので。
しぐれ？じゃあ、歌唱の妹の？
はい。
My apologies, Mentor. She followed me on her own accord.
よく来たわね、しぐれ。ずっと会いたいと思っていたわ。
私もです、ベニエさん。兄様ったら帰国した後師匠様の話ばかりするものだから。
あら、そうなの？歌唱はフランスでは妹の話ばかりしていたわ。
Damn! Huh. That's the truth, though. If my memory serves me correct, the only thing I remember talking about is Western
兄様
sweets.
から話を聞いてとても素晴らしい方なのだと。こうしてお会いできて本当に光栄です。
歌唱は生真面目だから年上を敬いすぎているだけよ。もっと平たく物事を見なくてはね。
I respect you because you're a wonderful individual. That is all there is to it.
そう、師匠様、こちらの猫素晴らしいです。こんな素敵な猫はなかなかいません。そんなことは。
褒めてもらえて嬉しいわ。他の猫と比べたことはないのだけれど。
私も他の猫と会ったことがありませんから。当家には猫が6匹ほどおります。どの子も本当に可愛らしいですね。フレーズちゃんも素晴らしく。猫って本当に可愛いですよね。6匹も？
歌唱は菓子作りのことになると人が変わったように話すけれど、しぐれは猫が好きなの。
すみません。お忙しいところお邪魔して猫の話ばかり。
おやおや、何を謝ることがあるの。人生は短いわ。あなたは猫が好き。 それが分かって。
はい。兄様の言っていた通り、いえ。
そうそう。歌唱には師匠と呼ばないようにしぐれは私のことを普通に呼んでくれるかしら？
わかりました。では、ベニエ様と。
様。あなたのような可愛らしい子にそんな呼ばれ方をさせていたら、周りに私の品性を疑われるからね。国には国の習慣があるの。言葉だけでなく文化も尊重し
I
な
would
さい。
say.
なるほど。わかりました。それでは恐れ多いですが、ベニエさんと。
ええ、それがいいわ。しぐれは歌唱と違って素直でいい子ね。
Damn!
フレーズは事情があって古い友人から預かった猫なの。今では私にとって。
I can understand the
猫は
feeling.
家族ですよね。私の方こそ、パティシエールと一緒に暮らせて幸せです。
年を取ると力仕事ができなくなって。でもフレーズは小さいのに力が強いのよ。
パティシエールのお役に立てているなら嬉しいです。お仕事やっと手伝えるようになってきたので、もっと頑張らないと。
感謝しているわ。さて、そろそろお客さんが来る時間だから。
そうでした。まだ途中です。すみません、お仕事中に話しかけてしまって。私、お手伝いします。でも。
いいわよ。歌唱が連れてきて本人がやるというのだから。
何でもいたしますので。わかりました。それじゃあ、看板を出すのを手伝ってください。はい。
私も準備をしないと。
I'll help you with that.
おやおや、何を言っているのかしら？
Huh?
歌唱の場合は手伝いじゃなくあなたの役目よ。2日間だけでも滞在するからには働いてるわ。
Of course. Well, yeah, no shit. I worked in a shop for years. The location of items, preparations, almost nothing has changed. I remember everything. I get started on preparing for opening without any indecision. I wipe off the glass showcase and line up the cakes. Your cakes sure send me back, mentor.
変わり映えがないでしょ。
Don't sell yourself short. These cakes are perfect and they're the ultimate goal for me. I try to get Dad to eat my cake.
どうだったかしら？
Dad said he didn't need to eat it. He also said that my cooking lacks a core. I think he means a main part, like an axis or a nucleus in other things. It's hard trying to explain the concept I don't comprehend myself into French. Mentor, will you allow me to train under you once again?
私にも歌唱のお父さんの言う真の意味は分かりません。というか、きっと誰にも説明できない概念でしょう。でなければあなたのお父さんがわざと説明しない理由がない。
That's what I think too. Dad is hard-headed and terrible with words, but he's not the kind of person to lie just because he doesn't approve of something.
説明しなかったことに意味がある。それは理解できているのね。
Yes, somewhat.
なら私には教えることができない。それも理解できる？
Yes. I guess there's something I'm missing, something Dad and Mentor both understand. However, it's not something that can be explained in words. Ugh. I feel myself lost with my thoughts running around in circles in my head.
私は役に立たないと言ったでしょ。今のうちに国へ帰る？
Oh no, I can't go back until I find something, anything.
そうならケーキをショーケースに並べてちょうだい。
Yes, ma'am. I take the tray from her and carefully place them in the showcase. When I'm going through this routine, my mind is free from worries, and all I can remember is the days I was under my mentor's true to age. I find this mundane work so much fun that it naturally brings a smile to my face. With Kasho and Sugar gone, we can't even explain the menu to the Hawaiian customers. Um, but black tea set yes. Damn.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
The two exchange greetings with the French word for good afternoon. Customers say hello and goodbye when they enter and leave the shop, as if they're at a friend's house. There are people in Japan who come to shops with a hello or good day as well, but I feel like it's become more uncommon nowadays. Bonjour. The female patron has a firm, compact build suited for dancing or something of the sort. Her eyes wide and she's taken back. Her eyes are focused on Sugar Ray, of course.
Bonjour.
Sugar Ray is there, changed into a regular kimono. However, she's speaking fluent French well in it.
なんて素敵。日本のお人形みたいね。
Thank you, Phoenix, for the follow. But again, is a JoJo reference? I don't know. I haven't seen all of JoJo, so I've only seen the first two of JoJo, so I'm 4 behind now, especially since Stone Wars came out. I believe that's what it's called. I'm not entirely sure.
ありがとうございます。
She's very popular among the customers. Wearing a kimono is uncommon enough. On top of that, someone like that working at a pastier is pretty much unseen around here. Okay, don't forget, JoJo has so many from other places that are English, French, German, speaking Japanese. So it don't work, especially when you would have it as a dub version. So yeah, no, that don't work that way.
写真を撮ってもいいかしら。写真ですか？もちろんいいですよ。SNS にアップするときは店名を書いてくださいね。
And of course, Sugar is doing her promotion of all the stores. Sugar strikes a pose like a professional model.
なんだか賑やかだこと。昔に戻ったみたい。
My apologies for all the racket.
おやおや。歌唱には誰かが困っているように見えるの？
No, it's just all the customers were in a frenzy over Sugar Ray and her uncommon wardrobe. She seemed to be trending on social media, which is why there are so many more customers than usual. Apparently, Sugar Ray does business by way of the web. I guess she served customers in her kimono as a form of advertising. It sounds about right.
一緒に写りましょう。私もですか？どうしてですか？
But also,
とかじゃない
like,
ですけど。
also a cat girl.
可愛いからに決まっているじゃありませんか。わかりました。やった。前から気になっていたのよ。フレーズ、寄って寄って。こうでしょうか。
Oh, poor Fred.
フレーズはああいうのから逃げ回っていたのだけれど、しぐれは人に行動を起こさせる力があるわね。
No, she's just
強
pushy.
引さも時と場合と言い方によっては悪くないわ。単に強制しても人は動かない。やる気にさせるのはとても重要な資質よ。一人の志ある者は川を渡れるけれど、皆に志を抱かせる者は川に橋を作れるもの。
Yeah, maybe Sugar is the type to help build bridges.
兄様、一緒に写りましょう。
Me too.
お客様にフィアンセですかって聞かれちゃいました。
You didn't feed her a lie, did you?
もちろん事実だけを伝えました。
That's a relief.
それは彼を心から愛しています。
God damn it, Sugar Ray, really? That's just going to give her the wrong idea.
とは言っていません。
I mean, you technically didn't tell a lie, but still.
おやおや、もしかして歌唱はしぐれのことが嫌いなの？
Huh? That isn't what I mean.
なら仲良くするくらい普通のことじゃなくて？
ペニーさん、さすがです。
Well, the French do have more intimate family relationships in comparison to the Japanese. Hell, they have even. Japanese has more than American. 'Cause, hell, most of us don't even care about our own families. They're always going out together, and it's not rare to see brothers and sisters walking hand in hand. Nope, I'd rather not go out with my family at all. If I do, it's because we're going to the same places. Or I need to take my mom at least out of the house so she can do something. Sometimes it's sometimes what you think is a pair of young lovers ends up being a pair of siblings, and a pair of young lovers ends up being more passionate.
文化を尊重するのは大事なことですよ。
I get it. I nod. Sugar wraps her arm around
な
mine.
んと素晴らしいことでしょう。お許しをいただけるなんて。ビーバー、フランス、合法的にイチャイチャできます。合法兄様。
Cool your jets. And there goes Sugar Ray's evil laugh. I was wondering if they had to end this. A customer snaps a photo of me on their phone as Sugar Ray clings to me.
まるで夫婦飽きないですね。兄様、私、感激です。
Yeah. I thought that mentor would hate all the commotion in her shop, but
いいことよ歌唱。やっぱり家族は仲良くしないとね。
she is in an oddly good mood, so she doesn't feel inconvenienced at least. Sugar Ray's outward personality and exotic allure of her kimono has been helping with giving the shop a modest following on social media. Tea time ends and customers start to thin out. Phew. I had the cat girls take good care of dealing with customers as of late, so doing the various odds and ends on my own is a fresh change of pace. It's tough work, but it's fulfilling. Speaking of which, when was the last time I stood at a counter and interacted with customers face to face like this? Anyway, Volume 1. Even after doing business hours, I'm cooped up in the kitchen all day.
タルトタタフ、ミルフィーユ、ルリジュース。
I'm glad I didn't have to read any of that because that's all French desserts. First, Francine comes across as shy and introverted, but she's a fast worker regardless. You're pretty impressive. You're careful and deliberate so you don't make mistakes, and despite being so particular, you're constantly on the move so you get a considerable amount done. Your shop probably wouldn't operate without you around, huh?
そんなことは。
その通りよ。最近はお客さんが増えて、もう私だけでは無理ね。
今日は特にお客さんが多いです。
ええ。いつもならティータイムが取れるくらい空いているような時間帯なのだけれど。
It wasn't enough to form any lines, but the customers didn't let up for a second. They're all probably here for Sugar Ray. I'm guessing it's because of the spread on social media.
すみません。頑張りすぎました。謝らないで。私はお客さんが多い方が嬉しいです。
The tone and demeanor aren't quite the same, but she's starting to speak a little like Mentor. I suppose it comes with the territory since Mentor raised her like a
なん
daughter.
てよくできた子なんでしょう。
For insane sure is qualified, she should be the same age as Chocola too.
フランスの鈴持ち試験は相当に厳しいらしいですから、それに合格しているだけでも間違いなく優秀ですね。
Huh? Is the exam different content-wise?
もちろんです。自動車の免許試験と同じで、国ごとに基準が全然違います。
Well, she has a little bit of character development here and there, but she's more going off the stereotype of a typical oh, it's a typical Emoto that has a brother complex. Her character development mainly was in Volume Zero Extra and helping Kasho through 1, 2, and 3 get with all the girls. That was basically her development. But you see it slowly go as you play through them all in order, which a lot of people didn't do because the order they came out. But yes, Volume 4, she seems to be more your comedic relief, which, yeah, could be without.
しかも日本だと国から業務委託された民間企業の方々が試験官なんですが、フランスは警察官が担当していますから。
That does seem
そ
tough.
の試験、はい、大変でした。無理だと思ったことも何度か。でもパティシエールがいっぱい教えてくれましたから。
No, it came out Volume 1, 2, 3, uh, Volume 0, and an extra. Volume 0 and extra came out to promote the anime. Same as so you're going sometime next year, I believe. We're having Nekopara after, and we're having another Nekoparan game. Not like Catboy Paradise. It's going off the Neko girls, but it adds 5 more girls, and it's more going off of, I believe, how like Nekopara Live was, but not just music. It's something else. Not many details are on it yet.
本人の努力がなければ私が何を言っても無意味よ。フレーズが鈴を持っているのはフレーズが努力をしたから。
ありがとうございますパティシエール。連れて帰りたい。
Hey, hey, don't go saying that like you mean it.
かもしれないわね。
Huh? Oh no.
フレーズは物心ついた時には私の家に行ってこの店この町しか知らないわ。
Don't add a seventh girl to this, please.
世界にはいろいろな場所があり人がおり想像すらしないことが起きる。
After all, I already have to fight with people over who the best waifu is of the series, which is Azuki. Then it goes Maple. Then Vanilla, Chocolate, Cinnamon, Coconut. Don't put Francia, but hell, Francia would be above Chocolate or above Vanilla. Well, Vanilla and Francine would probably be tied for third, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I haven't seen
そうした
Francine
こ
enough.
とを知らないでいるのはもったいないし危ういことだから。私はフレーズにもっと広い世界を知ってほしいの。
I see. It's important to broaden one's horizons. I feel like she's saying that about myself, as I was always locked in a small world. I was under the assumption that my dad's house and the places around school made up the entire world. Yes, they all have their things, but some are better than others. When I met mentor in the city, my world changed in a big way. I was able to choose my own path.
そういうことでしたら、私が万全の体制で広い世界を知っていただくために受け入れを。
そう。じゃあお願いしようかしら。
But if you do that, what will happen to the shop?
フレーズの代わりにしぐれが働いてくれれば問題ないわね。え？あなたもいろいろなことへ目を向けた方がいいと思うの。小さな画面を通してではなく。
申し訳ございません。私は兄様がいない世界では生きていけないのです。
No, not Francine. Francais. I'm not that cruel. I do know a little bit on how to pronounce French names.
水と空気とイン様が必要です。
そうなの？残念だわ。
さすがは兄様の師匠様。ベニエさんの方が上手ですね。
I'm not sure how much of that was true, but I would agree that Francais should learn more about the world. But it doesn't have to be right away. Whenever the time comes where you want to do that, I'll do everything in my power to help you, Francais.
ありがとうございます。いつかその時にはぜひ。楽しみです。
Yep, now then, time to wash up the plates.
私は厨房に戻るわね。
Yeah, that's just me speak. That's how I speak. I do sometimes add letters or sounds that shouldn't be there. But that's also why it sucks for me when I do read stuff and I can't always pronounce them. That's why most of the time I do try to, but if I know it's another language, I do apologize. Because, of course, I can't speak anything really besides a little bit of Japanese, a little bit of Spanish, but I can't hold conversations with them, sadly. I want to try to eventually learn Japanese. Before I even notice, my first full day in France is coming to a close. The original Le Soleil is for May. I believe that's how it's closed or pronounced. Closed for business before sunset. No, I'm not dyslexic. I have a speech impediment. I've had it ever since I was little. I just had S's. I've always had trouble with, and same with R's. No matter what the word is.
二人ともお疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. I know I asked this of you suddenly, and I brought Sugar along on top of that.
食事は大勢の方が楽しいもの。それに、あなたたちは家族じゃないの。はい。さあ、どうぞ。
いただきます。
Hors served to enrich one's appetite and mood. The portion size is small, designed to make you enjoy their original beauty. Mentor has prepared yeah, a lisp in a way. It's just more where uh certain words I do say a little off. Like instead of saying one word I know, everyone looks at me weird. I say breakfast instead of how it's actually pronounced because of my impediment. Scallops topped with mini shrimp and caviar, sandwiching sliced pieces of baby tomatoes. Oh my gosh, that actually sounds good. God damn it, stop making me hungry. It's so late at night. To ensure it's held together, it's drenched in a light coat of potato mousseline, I believe is how it's pronounced. Again, don't have anywhere around here that serves actual French food, so I can't tell. Making it less likely to fall apart when eaten. Delicate, vibrant, and gentle on the palate.
うわー、美味しいです。ベニエさん。
This is
あ
fantastic.
りがとう。普通の家庭料理なのだけれど、祖母の代から作っているから褒めてもらえて嬉しいわ。
These delicate hors are like a bite into a blessing of the Mediterranean. Their saltiness and acidity is good for the body. Fonda hors, keep fucking up that word, is soup which is then followed by a dish of okay. My mind wants to say poison, but I know it's not. Uh, posh. Nope. I don't even know how to say that. Ah, and I know it's French for fish too, 'cause it's the next damn word. Every dish is exquisite.
美味しいです。パティシエールの料理を食べると、私は今日も頑張ってよかったなって思います。
私もあなたの食べる姿を見るのが大好きよ。
パリで超一流のフランス料理フルコース、その上歴史ある邸宅で一泊。
Post one. Okay. Again, it's a word I'm gonna fuck up. So
どうしましょう。素人の私がちょっとお手伝いしたくらいでは全く見合わないと思うのですが。
しぐれは面白いことを言うわね。見合うとか見合わないとか、そんなこと気にしなくてもいいのよ。
at least I do apologize to those that actually do speak ahead of time when I start saying the words.
しかし兄様がお世話になっているのに、この上私まで。
I get how you feel, but I've tried to give Mentor tokens of my gratitude plenty of times in the past, but she would never accept a single offer. I want to someday thank her by making some really delicious Western sweets. Mentor is the one who taught me all I know, so I think showing her my growth is a valid form of thanks.
楽しみにしているわ、歌唱。
なるほど。でも私はどうすれば。
構わないと言っているのに。しぐれも彼の口に似て頑固だこと。
すみません。ではお言葉に甘えます。
そうしてちょうだい。これも自信作なのよ。楽しんでほしいわ。
After the main meat dish comes a slice of Mentor's cake, which line the table.
すごい綺麗です。とっても。
A fruit tartare.
いつも素敵だけれど、今日のは特別にパティシエールの楽しい気持ちが伝わってきます。
そうよかったわ。
I scoop the tip of the cake and bring it to my mouth. Cake is a new recipe that I've never tasted before, but the flavor definitely belongs to my mentor. The fresh yet nostalgic taste. I feel like I've come to the city for the sole purpose of eating
少
this.
しは落ち着いたかしら。
I don't know, but was I that bad?
迷子の子猫のような顔をしていたわね。
Color me embarrassed. Honestly, when I was helping with the shop today, I did kind of ask myself, should I really be doing this right now? I thought I should be baking the cake that'll satisfy my dad before Christmas. But as I worked through the day, I kind of started to remember the old days. My desire from when I first started off to make Western sweets had resuscitated.
焦りは消えた。
To be honest, a little remains, but the weird feeling of discomfort has diminished. My objective isn't to have my dad recognize my talents. It's to bake a cake to put smiles on people's faces. That is my goal, and that's the right one for me, I'm positive. But Dad said that you'll always be half the man you should be if you keep running behind words like that. My goal is right, in which case I was the one in the wrong. I've been running behind my words. I was satisfied with just saying that I wanted to put smiles on faces. Essentially, I was running behind those words. If I really want to bring smiles to people's faces, then I can do something more. I should do something. That is what my dad was trying to tell me, at least I think.
私は歌唱のお父さんではないからわからないわね。そうかもしれないし、言葉というのは言った本人にすら本当の意味がわからないこともある。100人が受け取れば100通りの解釈があるのが言葉というものだから、大切なのは言葉ではなくて、いいえ、少し話しすぎたわね。長旅の上にずっと働いて疲れたでしょ。シャワーを浴びて早めに寝るといいわ。あ、 うっかりしていたわ。空き部屋はあるけれど、ベッドは家将が使っていたものしか空いてないの。一緒に使ってもらってもいいかしら。
もちろんです。ご迷惑はかけられません。そもそも私はホテルに泊まるつもりでしたから。
ダメよ。日が落ちてから出歩くなんて危ないもの。
That's right. It's a big bag, so we'll manage. If you don't want to, that's a different story.
兄様と私、幸せすぎて気絶しそうです。
本当に大丈夫なのよね。
Shigure just gets like this sometimes. I'm positive we'll be just fine. Please believe me, mentor.
なら安心ね。そうなの。しぐれはこういう子なのね。
こんな楽しそうなパティシエールは初めて見るかもしれません。歌唱さんとしぐれさんとおしゃべりしている時のパティシエールは本当に嬉しそうです。
Is that a fact?
私はさほど面白いことは言っていないと思いますが、兄様を見ていると幸せになるのは自然の摂理ですから。しぐれさん、面白いです。フレーズもいずれ理解します。
Mentor does look happy. Her eyes get especially gentle when she looks at Shigure. Shigure ended up coming here without any previous arrangements, so I thought she would be in trouble, but ultimately it might have been the right choice to bring her along. I never would have guessed Mentor would be so thrilled to see her.
ネコパラ。
God damn it, these little cut scenes always are bad. Bad in a funny way.